G'day guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about
The revolution will be live.
Black Panther. Black Panther is the latest movie out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It takes place after Avengers Civil War, where T'Challa returns home to be the king of Wakanda after his father dies. It's directed by Ryan Coogler and it stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, amongst a whole host of other actors. As of right now, it's returned over $800 million worldwide in the box office, so it's been doing really well.
Okay, so we'll just give a quick score out of 10 and we'll just say whether or not we recommend watching it in the cinemas.
So I will give a 7 out of 10. I will recommend you guys to watch in the cinema.
Yeah, I agree with Rach. I also give it a 7 out of 10 and I would recommend watching it in the cinemas.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10 and I'll say don't watch it in the cinemas, watch it on TV or something.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Whoa!
Also, you should watch it in cinemas and buy lots of popcorn and lots of drinks and ice cream when you watch it.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so we'll go straight to spoiler discussions.
Spoilers! What did you think about the plot?
Oh, I'll go because
9 out
I
of
liked
10.
the movie.
9 out of 10.
I thought the plot was really good. It was just a straightforward Marvel superhero movie. Thought they really were able to focus on a cool cultural difference compared to all the other Marvel movies. They did a great job in explaining the back history and then leading into the present and then just finishing off the movie with what's going to happen next. So I thought that was good.
I'll say the plot was a bit rushed. Second half of the movie, everything just felt like it happened all at once. Some guy came in, became king of Wakanda, and then
Wakanda.
and then yeah, you can. And then Black Panther, I forgot his name.
T'Challa.
Yeah, gets his powers back and they challenge. I don't know, it just felt like the whole thing was rushed towards the end. In terms of plot, I would say they attempted to do a whole history of Wakanda, but like I said, it felt a bit rushed to me. And yeah.
Okay, I thought the plot was good. It had a lot of different elements, including moral debates, bit of romance, bit of bromance, suspense, action, even like some funny bits like comedy. I thought the pace of it was a little bit slow. Like, it didn't drag for me, but I think there are some places where it could have picked up. But overall though, I did enjoy it and I thought it was a good plot.
So for the first half part of the movie, I feel the plot was a bit dragging.
And she fell asleep. By the way.
So to a point, they had a lot of conversation. Unfortunately, I fell asleep. But the second half part, I actually really enjoy it. I was expecting they put more time on the second part, just expand a bit more instead of rush it. So I thought if could have changed it, I would love the movie a bit more.
Well, yeah, you guys have to remember that they already revealed Black Panther in previous movies, hence why it required a long backstory explanation. Because they already revealed what he can do. They already showed lots of action. Him, doing his thing in I think Civil War, and so people were waiting for an explanation as to who this Black Panther guy is. That's why they had to use the first half as a proper backstory and set up the scene properly. So this time they just need to explain because they're not just introducing Black Panther, they're introducing a new country. So they have to explain the new country, what their rituals are, what their traditions are. Hence why they did that 3D ash animation at the start to explain all the way back in the days from the war. They've been around. They explained Black Panther really quickly with the flower and all that stuff. And then I thought it was cool because you already know who the character is, so you kind of assume he's a prince, you know what he's doing. And then I like how they included a scene where the father came to find his brother. So I was left wondering, what relevance does this have? And then eventually they the reveal what the
yeah.
relevance was.
Mm.
So I thought that was
Yeah.
that was cool.
That was
Mm.
good.
A good way to set out the plot of the movie.
What was the best scene in the movie?
Oh.
Well, yeah, for me
Had a
it
few,
was
yeah.
definitely the casino Korean
Oh,
scene,
yeah,
as mentioned.
yeah.
I thought that was the first part in the movie where they actually displayed all the different abilities of like the little sister,
Oh,
what
yeah.
she's capable of, also what Black Panther is capable of, and also what the other ladies is capable of, like Nakia
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, I forgot her name. So I thought that was really good. There was lots of comedy incorporated into that, especially when the whole car gets destroyed and she's just in the steering wheel. Yeah, the whole cinema just cracked out laughing. And then and then you saw the capability of that. I guess the mini villain with the rocket bomb.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he was really
yeah.
strong as well.
The distraction.
I thought it was just a really action-packed, intensive, exhilarating scene. Yeah.
I agree. So that was my favorite. That is my favorite.
Yeah,
but if we were to talk about another one, my second favorite would be when he does the fights, the ritual fights
Oh,
to
those
determine
were
who's
cool.
king.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the first time I thought, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like it's shot. Yeah, it was pretty good scene. Yeah, the fighting.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that scene was good too. But my favorite scene was the Korean, South Korean scene. But very specifically, it was the scene where Okoye, who she's the army general, where she jumps on top of the car and then she throws the
The spear.
the spear at the other car.
Yeah.
I really like that scene because she's so feminine, like in her like white, not white, her red long gown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then her actions were just so badass
Oh,
that
yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
contrast
yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I also really liked it because it that scene alone illustrates how well this movie portrays their women as strong, bold characters. Because I felt like in this movie the women outshone the men by a lot, and it's just really inspiring, like for a movie to come out of Hollywood, to have that message behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, my top two favorite scenes, like the first one is gonna be a car chase scene in Korea. Diane just said, and the second one is the first fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The ritual
scene.
fight.
So I
Yeah.
got not much to
The-
add on. Yeah, that was really good.
What was the worst scene in the movie?
Oh, I already said mine, which was the
What was
end fight, where the two Black Panthers were just punching each other, doing the same
I-
thing. So.
That was my worst scene as well,
Oh.
but not because of the fight itself. I just thought the CGI in that scene wasn't
Too-
up to par,
yeah.
like to the rest of the movie. So the CGI in the rest of the movie was, perfect, but in that scene, it just was really obvious that it was a green screen, especially when the train was going past. I think that took me out of it.
I've got another one that was too much CGI. When he was in the afterlife, I felt like it felt too fake. Like
I think it was meant to be like that.
Yeah,
It's
it was
meant to be a
meant to
different
be
place.
like that.
It's meant to be a
It's
different
meant to be
place.
like a
it, looked,
sorry.
it just felt too fake. I don't know.
It was meant to be very like
Lion King.
fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mufasa.
Yeah, I agree. So I enjoyed the end scene with both Black Panthers fighting each other. But if I were to compare it to the rest of the scenes, that one was probably the weaker one. However, in saying that, I did enjoy a lot of the other battle that was happening at the same time with all the warriors.
Oh, the war.
The women warriors versus the other tribe. I thought that was really cool. How they just decide to uprise against them when Black Panther returns, and then they just go and do their thing, and then the rhinos come out. I thought that was a really cool scene. So it's same for me.
I feel the worst scene is the one you guys just say, but another scenes I didn't quite like. So I really enjoyed the first fighting scenes, but the second one I feel it's a bit too similar like the first one.
Oh, the second tribal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it just a duplicate of the first one,
Yeah,
but just with the different characters.
With the hot guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was your favorite character?
I'm just being honest.
So which one? Obviously, who's your favorite character?
The hot
I don't know
one.
what you guys say.
She doesn't even know the name. It's just the hot one.
No, I'm gonna say something else. I actually gonna say the sister.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, mine was just typical T'Challa, Prince.
Really?
Really?
He's so boring.
I thought he was just like suave, cool, keep us calm all the time, always trying to do things for the better, always trying to be the better person, think what's truly right, what's truly wrong for his country. And I feel like he displayed the battle in his own mind with himself, as you know, his coming of age as a king, and you know, showing that learning development journey. And I like how by the end of it he seemed a lot more grown and developed as a man and a king than he was at the start of the movie. And I just thought it was cool. I did like his accent. I think he had the best accent out of all the other people.
I thought his accent got more and more dramatic towards the end of the movie though. Did you notice?
I felt
I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You liked it.
It was impressive how they all kept
can
the
just say
accent
accent.
throughout the movie
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the accent? Because like I don't
I loved it.
I don't have a problem with accents, but the thing is, I feel like that the individual actors like suffered because they had to keep on that accent. Like, no, I felt like when they tried to express anger and they were saying, I can't do the accent, but when they were saying it in that accent, it just didn't feel real. Like I didn't feel the anger. I didn't feel anything. I just felt like, oh, he's trying to act with that accent. Yeah. So for me, the acting suffered. Yeah.
I feel like accents definitely necessary. It's gonna you're gonna feel so weird if all of them speaking with American accents.
No, but they could speak like a different language and has subs. But I know why they obviously Marvel's not gonna do that. But yeah, all I'm saying is the acting could have been better. Yeah, and I think the accent is the reason why. For me, the acting was a bit like. But yeah, like I said, like for example, when he was trying to be all sad and stuff, and in the act, I don't know, I just didn't feel it. Like angry, sad, none of that went through to me. I was just like, nah. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought they all nailed their accents. Given if you've heard their actual real accents in real life, I didn't realize how some of them had heavy British accents, some had heavy American accents. So I thought it was like amazing how they were all really different, and they managed to pull off a strong, I guess, Wakandan accent, influenced from all the different African culture. So I thought they did a really good job of it. And I do know what you mean by how they were a bit emotionless in all those different aspects. But I think it's because that's the type of culture that they wanted Wakanda to be like, because they're the most technologically advanced country in the world. So they're gonna be a bit, I guess, cocky in ways. How like they don't care about anything. And I feel like that was consistent across all the different Wakandan actors.
I can list an examples, like when the sister met with the mum, and it's like, oh mother, like, I don't know, it just felt fake.
I don't know.
I don't know. To me,
I thought it was fine. Really, I thought it was normal.
I agree with Kirk. I really like the accents.
I don't mind the accent. It's just the acting suffered because of it.
I think it's just because like they're just really laid back and chill. Like it's not a big deal. It's just like, hey yo, what's up?
Who was the worst character in your opinion?
T'Challa.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say it.
I don't know. It's just boring. Like not interesting. That's it. Like there's nothing else I can say. Yeah.
I don't feel they worst or worst character, but definitely I feel women are perform much better like in the movie compared to all the male characters. Like if I think about movie, all I remember is those like brilliant, like brave, strong women, and
they stood out.
Yeah, they stood out way
Yeah.
more than superhero like Black Panther.
And the movie title is called Black Panther, so you expect T'Challa to stand out the most, but in my opinion, he doesn't. So yeah, to me, I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the woman character, but T'Challa needs to be at least on the same level of interesting. But this is boring.
I thought the worst character was his name was Wakabi.
Oh, the Rhino guy.
The Rhino guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a.
Yeah, like.
Well, that's just his character.
Yeah.
Like in terms of.
Yeah, but I think in terms of his performance, it was quite weak as well. So you didn't really feel for him. I think he was trying to evoke an emotional response from the viewers, but so his father died. The reason why he wanted Wakanda to open up their doors to like the rest of the world was because I think it was Claw tried to steal vibranium from Wakanda, and then his father died.
Protecting
during,
it or something.
during the fight. But I don't think like he was strong enough in his stance Like it didn't really come through. And I know the actor, he's a good actor because he was in some episodes of, he was in Get Out and an episode of Black Mirror, and he was like Daniel Kaluuya, he was really good in that, but I don't think that his performance really shone.
You know why?
The character, the story.
His accent?
No,
I don't think so.
I think it was.
No, it's just a character.
I think it's just the way they made him portray the character. That's
Yeah.
just how the character's meant to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I don't know if you guys will disagree. I actually didn't like the antagonist, Killmonger. I actually didn't like him that much because I know it's the way you're directed.
Too cocky.
Yeah. I know it's how they've asked him to play the character, and he did it well. He fit the role well, but I feel like they could have chosen a different way to portray it because I felt like I'm just watching like an R&B hip hop singer, like he's so like swaggy all the time, and like I listen to R&B and hip hop all the time. I'm like this is just every time he was in a scene, I was like, this isn't Black Panther anymore. It's just like too over the top, like. Way too over the top because he lived in America, grew up. I get all that. Yeah. But like he could have been a bit more composed, a bit more like sinister in ways. But he was just more like a typical American being cocky. Like that. Exactly. Because that's what I mean by like a hip hop song. I felt like I was watching a hip hop song whenever he was on because he was just like so angry, like, hey yo man, we're gonna get these weapons, man. Like, that's exactly what he did. Exactly. I felt like. Really? Are you guys gonna listen to this clown? He was like a clown. And like this whole nation's following this clown. I'm like, guys, come on, are you serious? So I thought that was like
he stood out like a sore thumb.
But he obviously acted really well. He did everything very well. But Marvel could have maybe chosen a different style to give to it. But I think maybe that's what made the movie quite good for other people.
Maybe.
I think a lot of people related to him.
Exactly.
And I think also they did it to contrast the culture between him growing up in America and Wakandan culture. And I think he's a very emotional person. Like they made him very emotional throughout the whole movie because he was just all about revenge, and that sort of showed through, I think, in the way that he acted.
That's good. Yeah, I think it really showed how you could tell that he still had a lot to learn versus T'Challa.
Yeah.
And in the end, that's probably why T'Challa won in the end. So yeah, true.
Did you guys hate the villain?
Yes.
I feel the villain was too hot. I couldn't take it serious.
Oh my.
I couldn't take it as a villain. I was like,
Wow. Am I opposite to you guys?
No.
Okay.
Like you said, he's cocky. So obviously he's cocky, so people can hate him.
So it worked.
It was
it
worked.
Yeah.
It's a given.
Yeah.
It's a given. Yes. Me didn't hate him.
It's more like dislike.
Dislike. Yeah.
no, I actually like that character.
Because he's hot.
Not just that. I feel like he's not a typical villain. His action actually got explained because his father got killed. It's why
his motivation.
He took revenge, and when he was in charge with the countries, so he has a good
intentions.
Yeah, he has a good intention. He actually wants to change the country, want the country to become stronger, but
by ruling.
But he just didn't take the right way to do it.
That's right.
I didn't really hate the villain. I think during parts of the movie I actually felt sorry for him. I felt sympathy because he was abandoned by his country. His father was abandoned by his country, and I think for most of the movie he felt betrayal. And even though his intentions were sort of good, I guess, because he wanted to help his he called them his brothers and sisters and cousins all over the world, fight oppression. I think it was in the end it was his motivation that was corrupt, and that was his downfall, because it was more about revenge for him. It was taking revenge on Wakanda and his family, rather than trying to help make the world a better place with Wakanda's technology. He wanted to send out weapons all over the world, and then there was like just one point where I just didn't feel invested in him at all because it became about world domination. Yeah. So I think that was an inconsistency in his whole story.
So that means the end fight you weren't invested in T'Challa and you weren't invested in the antagonist. So
I think that's why I didn't like that scene. So we're gonna give our summary of the movie, what we thought.
So I thought it was a really good movie. for me, the pacing was something that I enjoyed. Like the plot, the explanation from history at the start, all the way up till the action-packed scenes towards the end. Characters, I enjoyed them overall. Very cool, laid back, and comedy parts in it as well. So I very much enjoyed this movie. Graphics, CGI, very well done. Especially the music, very well done. Produced by Kendrick Lamar. Most of the soundtracks, I think all of them. So I thought that was a very good and well done piece. Felt very Disney, the music as well. And yeah, very good way of showing the different African culture.
Yeah, so for me, I thought the music was good. I agree with Kirk. It was very good. There were parts I liked, and then there were parts I didn't like. I believe the acting suffered a bit. It may have been the accent, or may have just been them acting suffered a bit. I felt like some scenes were too CGI, and yeah, I feel, in my opinion, it feels like it's the Marvel's worst superhero movie in the recent time. When I say worst superhero, I mean, I mean that they didn't focus that much on the superhero itself. They focus more on the world building, and you don't get to see the superhero shine. In this case, it was T'Challa. It was T'Challa, the king. So you don't see him shine in the movie. Instead, they built up his entire world. So that, in my opinion, is the weakest superhero movie. It shouldn't have been called Black Panther. It should have been called Wakanda Black Panther, in smaller letters. But my opinion, and that's the reason for my score.
Okay. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was entertaining. It had a lot of different elements that I enjoyed about the movie. The CGI throughout most of the movie was really good, and it was really visually stunning. The storyline, even though there were some, weak points, I thought overall it was a good storyline. If you just went to the cinema and watched it, it's enjoyable. It's definitely enjoyable. And I thought all the actors did a good job. Having to carry through that accent, for the whole movie, it was really impressive. So yeah, no, I stick by my 7 out of 10. I thought that it was a really good movie.
So overall, I did really enjoy the movie. Like visually, it's a great movie. I enjoy the CGI. I enjoy all the technology in this movie, and I really enjoy the woman power in the movie. However, maybe as Lawrence said, it may be not the best Marvel movie. However, I feel it's the first Black Marvel movie, so I was really proud of the movements has been made by Marvel. So yeah, so overall, 7 out of 10. I'm happy with the movie.
They need an Asian one.
So what did you guys think about the movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Start a conversation with us. Let us know in the comments below. We'll definitely be reading all your comments. So thanks for watching our discussion on Black Panther. Give us a like, subscribe to us, show us some love. Until next time, bye!
T'Challa. Yeah, how's it going?
No, you're pretty good.
Like Wakanda.
Wakanda. Black Panda,
Black Panther.
Panther. Black Panther.
Can we please keep this?